Good evening, football fans. Thanks for joining us here on KSL Rewind. We're here in Pleasant Grove, Utah at Vikings Stadium for a matchup of really two titans in 5A. We've got the Pleasant Grove Vikings. They come into this ball game at a record of 3-4, 2 wins, though, in a row. Last week up against Wasatch up there in Heber City, they came away with a 21-20 victory. On the other hand, we've got the leaders in the region, 4-0, the Orem Tigers. The Orem Tigers have an absolute wealth of weapons on this ball club. 5 of the state's top 20 recruits. Multiple guys going to, multiple big-time schools. Akana, he's going to the Y. You've got, Lopiti Moala, he's going to the Y. Kai Wesley, and, of course, their quarterback, Tayden Kaawa. And we're going to see the Orem Tigers to start this ball game on offense. We'll get to see a lot of that talent early and often as Pleasant Grove looks to kick this one away. We got to a late start, ladies and gentlemen, with the lightning delay, so we thank you for your patience. And we're glad you are joining us here on the KSL Rewind Network as that kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Orem will start this drive from the 20-yard line. Again, they've got a wealth of weapons on this offense. Obviously guided out there by their quarterback, number 1. His second in passing in the region, number 11. That's Tayden Kaawa. Kaawa's got 3 of his weapons to the top of the screen and the trips to the far side. Quick step. Looks deep. He's got a man wide open. Just overthrows the outstretched hands of number 18, Max Stonebreaker. Obviously with the rain delay here, or the lightning delay that we had, some of these guys are coming out maybe a little bit lack of speed, lack of focus. That corner got beat very quickly. Nice job by Stonebreaker, one of his favorite targets here for Kaawa. He's back behind center, going quick. 2-step drop, quickly out of his hand. Again, wide open to the 40-yard line. That's number 13, their best wide receiver. That's Kawe Akana. Akana going to BYU, as we mentioned here pregame. One of the best wide receivers in the state of Utah. You'll see some amazing catches from this young man to the near side of your screen. Kawa handoff up the middle. Good job by the offensive line to get a push. It's a gain of about 3 yards, so that'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Orem Tigers.
Isa Galea carries for Orem. Picks up 3.
We mentioned all the weapons. You got Kai Wesley in there at tight end. He's a Baylor commit. He's going to be in the slot to the near side. He's got some height, and he looks straight towards him. Nice job by the defensive back there for Pleasant Grove. Ryder Huntsman on the coverage, able to knock that one down. Great anticipation as he really read the route quickly, able to break on that defensively. Good mechanics from Huntsman. And Huntsman, undersized against Kai Wesley, the Baylor commit at tight end. Adjustments made there by the defense. 3 down linemen. Not a lot of rush, but Kaawa breaks free, trying to get the first down with his legs. He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and 2 coming up, maybe 4th and 1, depending on the spot. Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a 4th and 2, and the offense looks to be staying out on the field. They really do trust their defense. Their defense has been one of the best in region play. Again, a lot of playmakers everywhere on the field for Orem. Talking to the head coaches before the game, he said, obviously with the transfer rule, they benefited majorly from a lot of coaches leaving other schools. And it looks like they're going to have enough for the first down. Stonebreaker's still going. Finally brought down by a host of Viking tacklers. So nice job there by the right side of the offensive line in that zone blocking scheme. Able to create a little bit of a crease in the A gap so Stonebreaker could shed a tackle here to gain about 4 or 5 yards and, get a first down for the Tigers. We mentioned before the game as well, Ka'awa is second in region in passing yards. He comes into this game with 1,519 yards on the season. And he's going to Alabama, ladies and gentlemen, the Crimson Tide. Play action pass, and it's just a lack of concentration there. And not something you see very often from these receivers, especially from Kawe Akana. It's something that hits him right in the hands. If you're a wide receiver, if that hits both hands, that's on you. In film study the next day, you may be running some sprints. And again, very uncharacteristic from the BYU commit. 2nd and 10 for the Orem Tigers at the Viking 46-yard line. Taden Kawa hands off to Stonebreaker. Stonebreaker off the right tackle. Gains maybe 4 yards. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. A nice job. Again, maybe getting a little bit of breathing room, trying to make this 3rd down a little bit more manageable.
Stonebreaker carries again. Tackled by Cohen.
So 3rd and 6 for Kawa. We'll see if this Viking defense can stiffen up here on 3rd down and force them to either kick the ball or go for a very low. Oh, he's wide open. Kawa down the sideline to touchdown. It looks like, yes, they signal touchdown for the Orem Tigers. Kawa to number 13. Callaway Akana. So Akana again breaks free with the speed to the far side of the field. That corner really just lost him. And Akana able to get into the end zone. It looks like he may have been short, but they called him in the end zone. So 6 points for the Orem Tigers early on here. A nice play there on 3rd down. Kicks through the upright. So 7-0 here early on in Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Orem 7, Viking 0.
So Taden Ka'awa with a fantastic dime down the far sideline to Akana for 6 on the first drive of the game. We'll see if the Vikings can answer. We were talking to their head coach before this ball game, and obviously with the lightning delay, you expect some of these, maybe mechanical problems to start the game. You're not starting at the normal time. You're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but there's no excuses, as Coach said. So, he expected his guys to come out ready. Obviously, with the wealth of weapons on this Orem Tiger team, it's going to be a long night for this Vikings defense. But they've also got some talent here. They've got a wide receiver that's looking to play collegiate baseball. So we'll see if they can get this ball and get it into the end zone on their first possession as well with 9:06 in this first period. Again, thank you for joining us here on the KSL Rewind Sports Network. 5A Region 7 football matchup overlooking the beautiful Utah Lake here in Utah County. Kicks away. That's going to be taken at the 1-yard line. Nice run, gets it across the 20. Nice job from Adam Wright on the return.
Ethan Passy returns the kick out past the 20. It looks like it'll be placed at the 23-yard line. First down for the Vikings.
The Vikings average about 210 passing yards a game. Tavaki Wolfgram is their leading rusher. Connor Ibarra is going to be behind center. He's got a 161 average. That ranks 17th nationally. So Ibarra behind center will roll out to the right side and just clobbered by the Orem Tiger defensive line. 3 or 4 guys easily into the backfield. And that's why you see this Orem offense go for it a lot on 4th down, because they have one of the best D lines in the state. Not even just in Region 7 or in 5A. They can compete with just about anybody. Ibarra Quick throw to the far side of the field, back up to the 20. So they get a little bit of that lost back that they had on first down. That's going to bring up a very, very long 3rd down and 12 for this Viking offense. So playing behind the sticks, a little bit behind schedule. But again, when you got people like Will Rasmussen up there on that defensive line wreaking havoc, as well as Ione. Oh, that passed nicely to the far side of the field, but not going to be enough for a first down. That's going to bring up a 4th and, I'd say, about 5, maybe 6 yards. And we're going to see the punting unit come out for the Vikings. This is one area that Coach said they really had to work on off of a few of their early season losses. He said, you know, for some reason our special teams, we were having some issues with the snapper, with the punter. You know, I believe they had a defensive score for 6 or a special team score for 6 going the other way because of a snap. And that one's nearly blocked by Orem coming up to make the fair catch. Looks like he's going to be at the 41-yard line. And that's where Orem will go to work for their 2nd possession of this ball game. 7:15 remaining, so nice job from the Orem Tiger defense to stiffen up there, force a 3 and out. And that's not what you want to see from the head coach here. You know, Jeremy Lepan. He's going to want to see his offense be able to move the ball a little bit easier. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long night for the Vikings. Taden Kawa brings his man in motion across your screen. Rolls out to the right side and a counter. Back to the near side, cut up field. A gain of about a yard is all for Oliver Bills.
Tackled by Derek Brinton. Short pickup, 1 yard, 2nd down.
Bills got 105 yards on the season. And he'll stay in the backfield with Kawa. This offense likes to throw the football. Again, play action, looks to the far side. Well covered on the interior of that defense. And the ball just kind of sailed on Kawa there a little bit. He's got to get that ball down on frame and on time. But again, a host of Vikings in coverage. They are trying to, you know, maybe double team some of these spots. And a lot of it's zone defense that you're going to see from the Vikings. Just due to the absolute athletic ability that all these receivers and tight ends have for the Orem Tigers. Kawa using his feet, looking downfield. He's got his man to the near side, up to the 45-yard line of the Vikings.
Mac Ellison with the reception.
That's Ellison with the grab. There's a flag down on the far side of the field.
Tackled by Dexton.
And that's going to be a false start on the offense. So this one's going to come back and make it a lot more difficult 3rd down for the Tigers.
5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Kawa's looking to the sideline for the call. Third and 14. Definitely looking to go to the air here. Brings a man in motion. Looks downfield, has got his man, Kai Wesley, with the first down grab. Gets it inside the 45-yard line for the Orem Tigers.
Good for an Orem first down. Into Vikings.
And Kawa's got these guys that he can just throw it up to. Kai Wesley with the great hands, late hands there as well, able to come up and get the ball, not allowed the defender to make a play. And it looks like we have an injury on the field for a Viking defender. So while they take a break, we will take a break. We join you. Thank you for joining us here on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back to Viking Stadium here in Pleasant Grove. It's the Orem Tigers able to pick up a crucial first down on 3rd and very long, 3rd and 14. on that pass to the near side to Kai Wesley, the Baylor commit. Playing tight end here for the Tigers. Speed option. Pitches to the right side. Bills takes the pitch. Gets up near the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 40. So that'll be a gain of 4.
Oliver Bills carries for Orem. He's tackled by Bo Goodman.
Nice job by Kawa to be patient there on the pitch. Allow a defender to force him to do that. And able to get it away quick enough to where he's not having to take any unnecessary hits. Obviously being one of the best quarterbacks in the state, you don't want to lose your leader from under centers. He takes a snap. Handoff again to Bills. Bills off the right side. Navigates his way through a host of Viking defenders. They bring him down, and that'll be short. Third and 2. Maybe third and 1. They're on the 35 of PG. Kawa with split backs. Handoff up the middle. And it looks like they have plenty for the first down, a gain of 5. That's a run from Beckham Curtis, their leading rusher on the season. Beckham Curtis can do it in a myriad of ways, whether on the ground or through the air. You'll see him split out as he split out wide to the near side in the middle of the trips. That's where you look for maybe single coverage. And he's got his man on a wheel route. Dropped. Bills out of the backfield on a wheel route. Wide open, not able to bring that one in. Perfect throw from Taden Kaawa. Nearly another dime for 6. We've seen that in some of these early games for the Tigers. Some of these receivers having some dropping issues early on in ball games. They usually tighten it up later on as Curtis pushes the pile forward for a gain of about 5.
Beckham Curtis carries for Orem. He was tackled by Maddox Webb.
3:40 and counting. As Kawa has Bills to his right. Trips to the near side. Takes a snap. Quiet feet. Again, a ball a little bit high for his receiver. He's got to get that down on frame. On time. Good ball. Great coverage by the Vikings.
For the Vikings, Dexton Nuttall, 4th down.
Yeah, Dexton Nuttall, he's one of the highlights Coach was telling me before this ball game. He said, you're going to be saying Nuttall's name a lot. Usually going to be matched up against one of their best wideouts. He's here to the near side. Number 0 for the Vikings. Skawa has time. Rolls to his right. Passes out of the backfield to Bills. A little low, able to come up with the reception and a first down for the Orem Tigers.
Oliver Bills with the reception and the first
Nice patience there from Kawa. Rolled out to his right, bought himself some time. Forced that defender to come up and either make a play on the run or leave his guy wide open. He left the running back. The Bills able to sneak out for the first down. Kawa with Wesley. Splitting the trips to the near side. Handoff up the middle of the field. Curtis breaks free into the end zone for 6. Curtis continues to dominate for this Orem Tiger team on the ground. He came into this ball game with over 335 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Now make it 4 on the season for Curtis. Nice blocking there by the right side of the offensive line, able to spring him free. And nobody home in the secondary to make a play for the Vikings. And the kick again up through the uprights for the Orem Tigers. So it is 14-0 early on here in PG. This matchup in Region 7 between the Vikings and the Orem Tigers. The Tigers' offense, which has been one of the best in the region, is handling business out here. Kawa and company, Akana, Wesley, Curtis, everybody making plays for the Orem Tigers. Now we'll see if the Vikings can make some improvements. Obviously going 3 and out, and Orem's been able to take a huge chunk of time out of this clock early on. Possession time definitely in favor of the Tigers. As Bradley kicks this one deep for Orem, again taking it the 1 yard line. Adam Wright. It's a pretty good return up across the 25 yard line, and that's where Ibarra will go to work. We'll see if he can get the playmakers to the outside involved here early on. See what Coach Jeremy LePan has drawn up for the first play. 1st and 10 from the 27 yard line. Ibarra rolls out to the right. Great job by the defensive end. Ione able to get in the face of Ibarra and make it extremely difficult for him to find his receiver on the near side. Threw that one to the feet. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 looming for the Vikings. See Ibarra with over 1,100 passing yards on the season. He hands this one off up the middle. And no gain on the play. As Tavake Wolfgram on the carry. Mentioned Wolfgram pregame. He's got 242 rushing yards, 2 TDs on the season. See if he can find some space here on 3rd down. Ibarra and company, 3rd and 10. This Orem defense has been spectacular here in this first period. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Ibarra drops back, gets upfield. Close to a first down. He might have slid just short. Let's see if they give him the first. Looks like they will. Nice job by Ibarra to get upfield and slide. Gets the first down with his legs. And that's the biggest play for the Vikings so far this evening. Coach LePan was telling me that he expected him to make a few more plays tonight, especially with the weather, with his feet. So we're going to see Ibarra move around quite a bit in this offensive scheme. Handoff up the middle. It looks like a loss of 1 on the play. Wilcox on the carry. Ibarra brings his man in motion. Defense quickly into the backfield. Nice job by the defensive back there as well. That's Vea on the coverage from his middle linebacker position. They with 33 tackles, actually 51 total tackles, 33 solo on the season. He's looking to blitz here on third down. Pass across the middle. Able to pick up a block near side. Cuts upfield. I think he has enough for a first down. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like it will be a first down. A nice job by Wolfgram to get upfield as he moved all the way across your screen on that crossing route. Nice pass from Ibarra. Able to pick up another crucial third down and long. Offense finally able to get a few positive plays. Ibarra, high snap, nice job. Able to corral that one. And a good run to start things off for Wolfgram. Give him 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
Into Orem territory.
Now we're going to have to see Ibarra make some very quick decisions from that quarterback position. Just with the speed of this defensive line, with the velocity they play with, he's going to have to get the ball out of his hand very quickly. Play is blowing dead there. And that's going to be the end of the first period as it's 14-0. The Orem Tigers on top of the Pleasant Grove Vikings. We will take a short break here on KSL Rewind. And we hope you come back with us. Welcome back to this matchup between the Tigers and the Vikings. As PG's just moved it into Tiger territory, the 49-yard line. Ibarra and company have been able to come up with a couple crucial third down conversions on this drive. He's got that offset eye from the shotgun position. Looks thrown downfield and intercepted on the far side of the field by the Orem Tigers. Up the sideline, one man to beat, stays on his feet. Finally brought down inside the 5-yard line. That's Nalea. One of the best recruits in the state of Utah. Top 10 on the interception. Looks like there may be a penalty. So it's going to bring it back a little bit. It looks like a illegal block in the back by the Tigers during the return. So the interception will count. Great play recognition by Aisa. Able to come up and make a play on the ball. Get the turnover.
To the 46-yard line of Orem.
It's going to be his third INT on the season. And he's committed to the University of Utah to go play for Morgan Scally. A great play up the middle by the Tigers on the ground. And that's going to be a first down.
Asa Delay carries. Hit first by Derek Brinton. He does pick up a first down.
Nalea with the carry there. So doing it on both ends of the field. Gets the interception, returns it nearly to the house. Comes back in and runs the ball for them. As Kawa uses his legs to pick up the first down, gets out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And you know, that's one of the major bonuses to having an athlete at quarterback like Kawa. He's able to make plays with his feet. He's got a very strong arm as well. Trips to the near side. Kawa drops back. Has time. Looks downfield. Directs his wide receivers. Throws a crossbody. Nearly intercepted by the by the Vikings there. And another flag down. It looks to be in the area of holding. And it does look like number 71 has his head down a little bit. I think he knows what's coming. And yes, it is holding on the offense. So a 5-yard penalty is going to bring that one back. First and actually 10-yard penalty, sorry. So first and 20. This drive going backwards. Handoff up the middle. The Vikings are there. Looks like a short, maybe a 1-yard pickup for Aisa.
Tackled by a host of Vikings.
Aisa Nalea going to the University of Utah, two-way player. Utah obviously likes two-way talent. And Will Snowden and company up there, just absolute studs athletically. He's going to go join them next year. Kawa drops back. Uses his feet once more. Gets upfield. Plenty of room. A lot of green grass. Gets to the 10-yard line. Tries to run over a defender. Able to bring him down there on the near side is Ryder Huntsman. But again, another big play from Kawa with his feet.
Kawa around the right side to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be first down for Orem.
No, it almost looks like he's moving in slow motion, but he is able to cover so much ground. Great plays. First and goal at the 10 for the Tigers. Look for maybe a fade route in the corner of the end zone. Noah handoff to the near side. Stonebreaker. And he's stood up for no gain.
First by Maddox Webb.
That's going to bring up second and goal from the 10.
Second down.
Kawa most likely going to throw the ball here on second down. Stonebreaker to his left. Aisa, Wesley, and Akana on the field. Akana drops back, looks to catch this one on the run. Stiff arms the first. Dodges the second inside the 10-yard line. A lot of work for only a couple yards. Good pursuit by the Vikings secondary. You know, maybe this is a bend but don't break situation for the Vikings. See if you can hold them to a field goal. As we're now coming up on the 9-minute mark here in the second period. Icy in the backfield with Kawa. Single coverage to the top of the screen. You see Aisi try to get to the pylon, and he's going to make it into the end zone. Aisi. Naila.
With the reception and the touchdown.
Nice job on the far side of the field. Able to lower his shoulder and get into the end zone. And another touchdown pass for Tatum Kawa. So that brings the score to 20-0 here in PG. It's a point after, held by Bills. And straight through the uprights. So that makes the score 21-0 here.
Orem 21, Vikings 0.
At Viking Stadium. Again, we thank you for joining us here on the Rewind Sports Network. This 5A matchup in Region 7, the Vikings and the Tigers. It's been all Tigers to start this one. Kawa and company have completely dominated. You know, the defense of the Vikings has done a good job up until third down, and then there's just been some breakdowns in the secondary, probably due to a lot of the speed that the Tigers have on the edges. The Vikings had a pretty good drive going, able to pick up a few crucial third downs on their last possession. So we'll see if they can use some of that momentum on their last drive to propel them to the end zone here on their next possession. So Adrian Sanchez is going to look to kick this one away. Back deep is Nuttall. And Adam Wright. Sanchez boots this one to the near side. That's taken at the 10. It's dropped. Able to pick that one up, squirt through, and a great return up across the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line. It looks like Ethan Passey's a little bit shaken up on that one, able to get up and get off the field.
To the 31-yard line. First down.
And Connor Ibarra is going to come out. He was able to get a few crucial completions there on 3rd and long. See if he can keep some of the velocity he's had on the ball. And again, he's going to have to make extremely quick decisions against a defense like the Tigers. At the leading sack king. Oh, nice job by Ibarra. Fake handoff up the middle. Goes on the speed option to the near side. Able to pick up about 7 yards. Maybe 6. 2nd and 4 coming up for this Viking offense.
About 6 yards.
Great misdirection there in the backfield. Good fake by Ibarra. He's able to fake out Juni on the near side, the defensive end. And it looks like there's a fumble. And yes, it was a fumble. The Orem Tigers come away with the football. Another turnover. After Ibarra throws one away. A fumble on the running play. And, again, just a lot of offensive issues here to start this ball game for the Vikings. And we'll see if Orem can capitalize. Just as the Vikings seem to get a little bit of momentum offensively, they have a good play. There's always, something right around the corner, it seems, that's making them, play from a 21-0 deficit here almost midway through the second period. Kawa hands off to Curtis. Curtis off the left side, able to push his way forward for a gain of about 2 on first down. And now we're going to have a timeout by the referee here. Looks like we have another injured Viking. So we will also take a break here on the KSL Rewind Network. We thank you for joining us. Welcome back to Vikings Stadium. It looks like Ryan Ross was the injured player, able to walk off under his own power. That's what you like to see. But tonight we'd like to thank our sponsor, Tab Bank. Tab Bank, home with the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's big. Member FDIC. Kawa looks near side, throws it upfield, a rocket of a pass to the near side. Able to rifle that one complete. And the first down for Mac Elison. So Elison with a couple first down grabs to start this ball game for the Tigers. And again, we're able to see the arm strength of Taden Kawa. Bills to his left. Kai Wesley in the slot to the near side. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes his way. Looks down the middle of the field. Stonebreaker open for 6. No flags on the play. Stonebreaker. Kawa to Stonebreaker. right down the seam. And again, these receivers and backers just able to, get outside up these wheel routes. And, sometimes when Ka'awa looks like he's going to maybe run the football and has a little bit of a hitch, that's just throwing off the secondary and wide open. On the blue turf was Stonebreaker for 6. So 27-0, pending an extra point. And that one's through the uprights. So 7:01 here in the second period. The score is 28-0. The Orem Tigers offense has really shown up here even after a lightning delay. Again, we thank you guys for being patient for the start of this ball game. There's probably going to be delays throughout the state. But the weather has definitely cleared up. Absolutely perfect out here tonight. So Sanchez is going to kick this one away for the Tigers. Their defensive line has really wreaked havoc on Connor Ibarra and this Viking offense, causing a few turnovers. Now, it wasn't Ibarra that threw the interception, obviously. It was, a pitch pass on a little bit of a reverse there, and just well read by Nalea Aisi. Again, committed to the University of Utah on that interception. He plays both ways. This one's taken by Nuttall on the far side. Makes one man miss. He's got a lot of green grass now. Great block by number 4. Near side, up the field. Sanchez misses the tackle. Still going. Down the near side, finally brought out at about the 33, make it the 31-yard line. Nuttall with a fantastic return, giving the Vikings some life here. We'll see if their offense can capitalize. Nuttall, one of the best athletes that the Vikings have. Ibarra fakes the handoff, throws near side. Caught, taken upfield on the near side. Great play on first down. That's going to be a gain of 7. Bring up 2nd and 3. And force pointer was the man on the end of on the receiving end of that pass. If this game was a battle of last names, I think we definitely win. First pointer goes in motion. Ibarra has guys just right in his face, not able to get a completion there on the near side. And 2 Orem Tigers quickly into the backfield. Zione from his left end position. And right up the middle is MJ Bateman, senior. Got a bunch of senior leaders on this Orem ball club as we see some lightning far off in the distance. That's what we had to deal with earlier on tonight. Ibarra on the quarterback run, able to pick up the first down, and that was a quarterback run all the way. Nice blocking there on the left side. Able to go off tackle, get the first down, and now into the red zone of the Orem Tigers. The best scoring opportunity the Vikings have had to this point in the ballgame. It's got bunched to the right, and that's going to be offsides on the defense. Ione. Offsides. Getting a little bit excited there.
5-yard penalty.
Some of those effort penalties, especially when you're up 28-0, you can maybe get away with, but obviously inside the red zone, that's a mistake you can't have, as that inches the ball just that much closer to 6 points for the Vikings. Ibarra again with that bunch set. Wolfgram to his left. And Ibarra again, quarterback run all the way, able to get inside the 5, at about the 1 yard line, was reaching for the pylon and just couldn't get there. A nice play coming up from his safety position was Aisi Nalea, I believe is how you say his last name. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
It's another Viking.
But inside the 5 to the 2 yard line. His quarterback run to the left has been a big hit on this drive for Ibarra and company. Great push up front by this offensive front. Into the backfield again, Ibarra, quarterback run all the way, gets into the end zone for 6 points. And Ibarra on the quarterback run near side, gets the Vikings on the board with 5:14 remaining here in the second period. And that gives this Viking crowd some life, something to cheer for. And that was all set up by Nuttall's return all the way to about the 30 yard line, giving the Vikings extremely good field position. And Ibarra able to break the plane into the end zone for 6. Oper Hansley through the uprights. 28-7 now. Both teams on the board here at Viking Stadium. Again, 5:14 remaining here. Now, Pleasant Grove is 3-1 in region play. So Orem Tigers are a perfect 4-0. Pleasant Grove's essentially tied for second right now, but it looks like they may be heading for a loss unless they can continue to get some good offensive output like they had on that last possession. Again, all set up by special teams, and talking to the head coach before the game, he said that was really one of the biggest issues they've had up to to this point in the season. And they're able to capitalize quite a few times on some really good plays with the special teams unit. So now the Vikings looking to kick this one deep. And they do. Curtis is going to drop that one inside the 5 yard line. Vikings with good pursuit. First contact at about the 15, and they'll bring him down inside the 20. Nice job by the Vikings coverage team as they, again, have a little bit of a pep in their step. Now on the scoring, in the scoring column. And now we're going to see Taden Kawa and company, again, go to work. They've been able to do pretty much anything they've wanted to this point in the ball game. Whether that's run, throw, quarterback run, whatever it is, making the best decision for his ball club. And that's why you like having a guy like Kawa behind center. Ice on the backfield with Kaawa, and a timeout's going to be called by the Orem Tigers with 5:07 remaining here in the second period and a 21-point lead for the Orem Tigers. We will take a quick break here on the Rewind Sports Network. And welcome back to Viking Stadium here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Huge thank you to our game sponsor for tonight's game, Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. This one's to the outside. And a short gain of about 3 yards for the Tigers. Nalea on the reception there. Again, Aisa in the backfield. Two-way player for this Orem Tigers offense. Kawa gets the snap. Very quiet feet. Reminds me a little bit of Cam Ward back in the pocket. Looks very calm and confident, able to get it what seemed to be no gain. A gain of about 2 or 3 yards on the play. So what looked like nothing for the Tigers is still a gain. Nice job there by number 44, Maddox Webb, on the tackle from that left end position. Good pursuit. Third and 5 for the Tigers. Kawa looks back, tries to direct his guy, now using his feet up the middle of the field. Has enough for the first down, gets down at about the 35-yard line, and that's going to move the chains for the Tigers. There on the tackle was Tristan Hughes for the Vikings. Vikings have settled in a little bit into this ball game. Again, a lightning delay to start things off. And Orem's offense has been essentially a lightning strike as well. Aisa, far side, continues to move those feet and gets a first down to the far side, a gain of about 11 on the play, maybe 12. A great job.
We got flags. He's around the left side.
Again, a holding penalty, though, is going to go against the left side of that offensive line and bring this one back. A lot of work for Aisa to have that one come back.
Ball is taken back to the 30-yard line. Replay first down.
Kawa brings the play back into the huddle. He's going to have trips to the near side. Kai Wesley in the slot. Stonebreaker. Akana to the far side. Look for him to go one-on-one and deep. They like that matchup. And they will look his way. No, that's going to be to Curtis on the screen pass, and a great job by the Viking defense to sniff that one out. That's going to be Maddox Webb again on the tackle.
Screen pass, several Vikings keep him from gaining yards.
Curtis looked like he had a little bit of space, and Webb closed that up extremely quick.
He does pick up one, second down.
Nice play by the Viking defense to force a 2nd and 14 for the Tigers. Down and distance isn't the biggest worry for Kaawa, though. He can do it with his feet. He can do it with his arm. Kaawa dropping back, looking to use the rocket. Looks to the middle of the field. He's got a man, and it's caught inside the 25-yard line, close to the red zone. That's Mac Elison, his 3rd catch of this ball game. What a play, and Maddox Webb is down on the far side of the field for the Vikings, but a fantastic throw from Kaawa down the seam to Elison. Catching it in traffic, pretty well played by the defender as well. Got his hand in there, but Elison able to come down with it, and another injury here. Hopefully he can get up, as Maddox Webb has been one of the best players for the Vikings on the defensive side of things. Again, a huge thank you to tonight's game sponsor, Tab Bank. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5 annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. But great rewards with Tab Bank are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. Again, it's a big deal. Member FDIC. Go to tabbank.com to open up your checking account there. It's Maddox Webb able to shake this one off. Not sure what the injury is, but he's off the field under his own power. And we'll see if Kawa and company can keep this drive going. Again, a great 30 to 40-yard pass there to Elison on the near side of the field up the seam. Able to get past the outside linebacker. And again, with the speed of the Orem receivers, if you have a linebacker matched up against any one of those receivers, you like your options. Pulling guard there. Bills gets out in front of his blockers, gains about 5 on the play.
Oliver Bills carries for Orem. He was tackled by Ethan Passy.
That was Warren Matina, the pulling guard on the play, trying to get out there in front of Bills. You love to see a big man get out there and try to throw a block for his skill players. Curtis the deep back in the split eye. Kawa in the pistol. Play action pass looking downfield. He's got a guy across the middle and a little bit of contact there. But no call as Elison was looking for one from the referee. He's talking to him right now. No flag on the play. Ball was just a little bit behind the intended receiver. And you'd like to see, again, maybe one of the faults to this point, and it's been a great game. A few deep balls that have been thrown right on target, a few drops. But where he's been off is, on some of those quicker passes, up the seam. He's either been a little bit high with his delivery, just not on time and not on frame. As he looks far side, looks to Akana. And a grab on the far side of the field. Great defense by Nuttall. But just absolutely incredible athleticism on the far side by Akana. And he comes down with that, just strong hands. Able to bring it down for 6. And a perfect ball there from Taden. Kawa able to get that just over the outstretched hands of Nuttall defensively. He's there in coverage. Great coverage, just better offense. Who wants it more? And the Orem Tigers, 34-7 here late in the second period, 1:19 remaining.
Bradley's kick is good. Orem 35, Vikings 7.
So the score now 35-7 here on the Rewind Network. And Pleasant Grove, Utah, Sanchez is going to look to kick this one away for the Orem Tigers again. And we've seen some spurts of brilliance here for the Vikings on their last couple of possessions. A couple costly turnovers. But they've been able to kind of find a little bit of footing and see if they can continue with some of the success they've had later on here in this first half. Is Nuttall the guy that just got beat on that throw to the corner of the end zone, defending Akana. He's back deep to receive. That one's going to come to the near side. That's taken by Passy again, up across the 20. So good starting field position for the Vikings. As Ibarra is going to come back onto the field. We saw in their last possession, quarterback run was a huge success for them. So we'll see if they continue to go to, that heavy set and a run right behind it with their quarterback. Great athlete. Ibarra with Wolfgram. And Vos in the back. And that's going to be a false start on the left guard here on the Vikings. So that one's going to move him back.
False start against the Vikings.
So 1st and 15 now for the Vikings. Ibarra was 2 split out wide to the far side of the field. Split backs. Nearly intercepted at the line of scrimmage. A great play there by number 22, Dylan Dye, from his outside linebacker position. Able to read the quarterback, bat that one down, and nearly came up with an interception off his own tip. Now Ybarra trying to make a quick decision, and as the defense converges, great play by the outside linebacker there. Wolfgram kind of maybe confused at the play call, and again into the backfield is the best defensive lineman for the Orem Tigers. That's Junie making the play. Leads Region 7 in sacks and make that 13 on the season. Junie, I believe he's only a junior, ladies and gentlemen. No, he is a senior. Sorry, senior 6'3", 247. Getting a lot of D1 offers. He just pushes that guy right back into the quarterback and down again. Forces the fumble, picks up the fumble. Junie now down inside the 5-yard line. What a great play by the defensive end, Lopiti Junie. Able to get in there and force the fumble on the quarterback. So trot down another sack on the year, make it 14 now. And a forced fumble, nearly able to pick that one up and get into the end zone himself. Junie, an absolute stud on the defensive line for the Orem Tigers. And that's been, the problem with the Vikings all night. The offensive line just hasn't been able to keep up, and Ybarra has been kind of running for his life early on here. Is the score now 35-7, 19 seconds remaining. So, plenty of time here with a couple timeouts for the Orem Tigers to see if they can get this one into the end zone. And with the way, Ka'awa's been able to throw the football and this offensive line has been able to get a push up front, I think they're probably going to be able to score either way, but that looks like it may be a timeout is going to be given, so no flag for delay of game. That's going to be a timeout for Orem. They're going to get together here on this first down and goal from the 5 and see if they have a play ready for this down and distance. I was able to talk to Coach Lance Reynolds before the game. He had a lot of good things to say about his ball club. Obviously, they had a few tough losses on the season, but he wanted to look straight past those. They were, against teams that maybe have been a little bit better. American Fork, one of the best teams in the state in 6A, in a daunting Region 3 over there. Everybody trading blows in Region 3 with Corner Canyon and everybody else, but right here, Orem has just been able to kind of dominate Region 7 and 5A as Ka'awa. Stonebreaker to his left picks up the blitz. And to Kai Wesley, but broken up on the near side of the field. Incomplete. Kai Wesley not able to bring that one in. Great defense by Adam Wright. Great throw again by Ka'awa to Kai Wesley, the Baylor commit. Not able to bring that one down. Extremely close. Great job and commitment there by the defender to get his hands up there and deflect that one out and really get it out of Kai Wesley's hands. Obviously we had earlier Nuttall not able to break one up in the end zone to Akana on their last possession. And now finally a little bit of tenacity from these corners. Trying to make a play. Ka'awa rolls to his left, looks to the far side, and caught. Yes, touchdown. And that's going to be number 6, Beck Coy. And again, just a wealth of weapons for Ka'awa. It doesn't matter where he's looking, he's got a guy open. And another touchdown pass makes this one 41-7 with 7.9 remaining here in the second period. And the turnovers have been the story here early on in this first half. The Vikings have 3 of them. Orem's been able to capitalize on every single drive so far, getting into the blue painted area for 6 points. The Viking defense just hasn't had an answer, being, kind of behind in a lot of these areas, starting each possession almost in their own territory and trying to keep the Orem Tigers, a lethal offense of the Tigers, out of the end zone. It's a tough task. So again, our score 42-7 here early on. Almost halftime. We still got 2 quarters left to play, so a lot to play for if you're the Vikings as well. Try to get some momentum going into the later parts of the season as you're about to hit playoff football. We're now in the month of October. I can hardly believe it. Seems like this football season is going by in the blink of an eye. And Akana's going to kick this one off for the Tigers. Guy that can do it all, apparently. He kicks this one out of the back of the end zone.
The kick goes into the end zone.
And it looks like the Vikings will get to work at about the 20-yard line and see if they can, maintain control of this football with the final 7.9 remaining. You look to them to probably just hand this ball off, get into the halftime break. So the defensive line, Juni and Iona, have been absolute stalwarts on the outside of that edge of that defense. You can move them around pretty much anywhere on the field, and they're going to be able to make an impact. 3 down linemen. Looks like they're dropping 8 into coverage. But I wouldn't expect much of a pass here. No, Ibarra's going to drop back. Juni gets a hand on him. A first down maybe just short. 3 seconds. A timeout's called by the Vikings. So they're going to look to get another plus play here before the half. A great throw, and no. Yeah, they're going to give a first down. Looks like just by the nose of the football. See if we can get a peek into what's going on throughout Region 7 here, as there's 4 games going on right now. Ibarra, empty backfield. He's going to drop back to pass, looks across the middle. That pass is completed up the middle as well, and that's going to be the last play, and a huge hit from an Orem Tiger defensiveman, number 44.
With the reception.
Easton Kojima, the leading tackler on the defense for the Tigers, is going to end the first half there with a huge hit. 42-7 is our score here at Viking Stadium in Pleasant Grove, Utah. We thank you for joining us here on the Rewind Sports Network. We will step away for a few moments and be back shortly with the start of the second half. Welcome back to Viking Stadium here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. We're about to start this second half. The Orem Tigers with the lead here at halftime, 42-7, is lightning off in the distance again. We've had a fantastic evening here, though. The weather has definitely cleared up after the lightning delay. Light wind, very light sprinkles. We even see some fireworks off in the distance. I think that was for Lehigh's homecoming. They are currently leading in their ball game against American Fork. Not sure what the score is there, but everybody's watching Region 3. But here in this Region 7 matchup, the Vikings are looking to kick this one away. Oh, no, they're going to receive the second half kick. Pardon me, they did defer. They won the toss at the beginning of the game. They deferred to the second half. Their offense has been a little bit stalled here so far. They've had a few mental mistakes, quite a few turnovers, and that's really where Orem has been able to capitalize. They've scored on every single possession to this point in the ball game. Their offense has completely dominated. The defense as well. The defensive line with Juni and Ione have been, in the face of Ibarra all evening. And on the other side, the Orem Tigers, Ka'awa and company. And really just an apology to Naliai, Aisi Naliai. I've been saying his name wrong to this point in the broadcast, so we got that covered, ladies and gentlemen. We will work on the pronunciation. But we have Akana back in to kick this one deep. He's the leading receiver on this team. Going to BYU. This one's kicked deep. This one's taken by Nuttall. Nuttall had a great return in the first half, which set up their only touchdown of the ballgame. And a good return here to the far side across the 30-yard line. Brought down at about the 34 on the far side. A great job by Nuttall there. Again, breathing some life into this Viking special teams unit. One that needed some fixing.
35-yard line.
Ibarra and company is going to go to work for their first possession of the second half. Trips to the near side. Ibarra, empty backfield. Ibarra nearly got two defensive linemen. Juni and company offsides. No, fake handoff up the middle is Ibarra. The quarterback run has been very useful for the Vikings so far.
Ibarra straight ahead.
That's going to be about a 3-yard gain. Brings up second and 7 for the Vikings.
3-yard pickup.
Back to the same. Trips to the near side. Empty backfield. Ione is going to jump offside into the neutral zone. And that's going to be a free 5 for the Vikings. Bring up a very short second and about 2. So staying ahead of the chains here to start this second half for the Vikings. Nice job by Ibarra with the hard count. Able to get Ione offsides. And Ione is quickly to the sideline, pulled off the field. Empty backfield again, and again a hard clap trying to get these guys off sides. Trying to pick up a free first down. Defensive end stand up, brings a man in motion across the play. Ibarra up the middle. Ibarra trying to get it himself and not able to. Little to no gain there on second and short. Might have gotten a yard. So third down and a yard for the Vikings here early on in the second. Clock's ticking just under 10 minutes. 42-7 the score. Orem on top. Ibarra with that bunch to the right. Whenever we've seen this, they've usually quarterback run. Oh, no, he throws to the outside, near side. Up, gets the first down, out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. Good throw and catch. That's Carter Wilkes on the reception.
From Ibarra to midfield for another Viking.
Great play concept there is that, bunch to the near side. Able to get the middle guy open on a little out route to the near side. Wilkes gets the first down. Vikings move the chains. Ibarra gets the snap straight up the middle, trying to get it with his feet. And looks like no gain there. Again, Juni and Ione quickly into the backfield on the edges, forcing Ibarra to step up into the pocket and try to make a play with his feet. Ibarra hasn't had much success on the scrambles. Looks like he's a little bit labored after that play. A little bit of a limp there. He's got a brace on the left knee. We're going to get a timeout here for the Vikings. We will also take a quick break here on the Rewind Sports Network. We thank you for joining the program, and we'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back to KSL Rewind. Again, I'm Tucker Bass. I thank you for joining me here tonight in Pleasant Grove, Utah at Viking Stadium. The Vikings on the drive, 2nd down and 10. Ibarra's had a lot of success with the obvious quarterback runs, but when he's been trying to scramble around and make a play, he's had some issues. Quickly up the field, close to a first down, but the ball's out. Fumble. And that's going to be picked up by the Tigers. And another turnover for the Vikings. Ryder Huntsman on the reception, not able to keep possession of that ball. And quickly onto the loose ball is Isan Kojima. Kojima, the leading tackler on this team, obviously everywhere. Wherever the ball is, you'll see Kojima. And there he was, to pick up the loose ball, give his offense another opportunity to get on the field. That's the 4th turnover this evening for the Vikings. And that's really been the story of tonight's ball game. We'll see if they can capitalize again on another turnover. But 42-7 with 8:22 remaining here in the third. A lot of questions from the coaches here on the PG sideline. Looks like they've got a big man that has to go off the field for maybe jersey malfunction or something he needs to get on there. Now back to business for the Tigers. Taden with the split backfield. Hands the ball out. No, keeps the ball up the middle. It's Ka'awa. Ka'awa up across midfield and into Viking territory to about the 49-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Tiger offense. Nice job riding the play fake there, reading the defense. He's probably reading with the inside read there, the left tackle. And he went with Curtis. Great play there by Ka'awa to get upfield, play ahead of the chains. 2nd and 3, Bills off the right side of that line. Great job setting the edge. Able to get upfield, get another first down. And exactly what we've seen throughout this evening. A turnover, and here come the Tigers. Quickly downfield with all the talent they have here on the offensive side of the ball. This may have been expected. It's Ka'awa, the Alabama commit. Got 5 of the top 20 players here in the state of Utah. Quickly to the far sideline. That's going to be complete for a short gain. But there on the reception was Steeler Wesley, tight end.
The reception, tackled at the 38-yard line, 2nd down.
A little bit of a sprinkle of rain coming down as Ka'awa drops back. Gets it upfield. They've got a few second stringers in to start this second half. That completion is to Faumui. Faumui with the first down reception from Ka'awa. Got Kai Wesley in the slot. Bills in tight. The trips to the far side of the field. Ka'awa and company with the 1st and 10. Tigers hand off to Curtis. Curtis following his blockers, being patient, finds a seam, gets upfield. The ball's loose, it looks like. We'll see. Yes, finally, something happening for this Viking defense. The fumble by Bills off the right side. Curtis off the right side. Loose ball picked up, looked like by number 4, Bo Goodman, linebacker for the Vikings. And they're able to get their first takeaway of this ball game as the clock rolls inside about 5 minutes and 30 seconds. 42-7 the score here in Pleasant Grove. We'll see if the defense of the Tigers can get this ball back. Ibarra has been impressive in spurts tonight, especially with his feet.
It's where we've seen the most success for this Viking offense. So again, we're seeing some pretty big lightning strikes on the other side of Utah Lake, so far enough away that it shouldn't affect our game here, but pretty cool sight to see. We've had some electric offense from the Tigers. We'll see if the Vikings can answer back here in the second half. Quickly downfield is Ibarra. Ibarra gets the reception out to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be number 9, Adam Wright, on the reception.
For the Vikings. And another.
So Adam Wright moves the chains for the Vikings. A nice throw there by Ibarra on that out route to the far hash. And that trips bunch right. Handoff up the middle to Wolfgram. Wolfgram tries to make a man miss. May have gotten a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a long 2nd and 9. Wolfgram's been held in check so far this evening. The run defense with this star-studded defensive line of the Tigers with Ione and Juni. It's been tough sledding for the Vikings. Ibarra on the empty backfield. He's got trips to the near side. 2nd and 9. 4 down for the Tigers. Quickly into the backfield is Ione. Nice throw to the near side. Able to get about 6 yards. As Drew Jensen on the reception, able to high point that ball on the near side and come down with it. So it's going to be a 3rd and short here. 3rd and about 3.5 for the Vikings. Definitely more manageable. A nice job by Ibarra playing within himself in the passing game. He's been able to sling it a few times here in the second half, and a nice job there by the defense of the Orem Tigers as Kojima, coming from his outside linebacker position, faked that blitz and got the offensive tackle to move. So that's going to be a false start on the offense, and that's going to move him back 5 yards. And that's going to make this 3rd down a lot less manageable for the Vikings. That's exactly the mental mistakes that you cannot have as you're trying to get drives down the field and get into a ball game, get back into a ball game in which you're down 42-7. And it's been in large part because of mental mistakes and mental miscues like that, as well as, you know, the 4 turnovers that they've had to this point of the ball game. As Kojima, again, home crowd looking for an encroachment penalty there. Kojima on the blitz, held in check up the seam, a nice play, and a grab there by, again, number 9, Adam Wright, up the seam, and another 1st down. A great play, nice throw from Ibarra. KT on the coverage there, able to make the stop. Ibarra, Juni in the backfield quickly, another missed tackle. Ibarra using his feet to evade, still on his feet, out to the outside, far side of the field, inside the 20. A nice job by Ibarra, keeping the play alive. Able to pick up the 1st down and get his team into the red zone for only the 2nd time this evening. That play broke down pretty quickly. There, the offensive line not able to hold their blocks. Juni into the backfield, another missed tackle. Ibarra able to evade and get to the far side of the field. Great individual effort there by the quarterback. Picks up the 1st down. And again, we're going to see this bunch to the near side with a guy wide near side of the screen as well. Ibarra is going to take the snap, and it's again what we've seen consistently, that quarterback run, but Juni there to bring him down for another tackle for loss. Juni, a wrecker on the interior of that defense for the Tigers, continues to show why he's, you know, one of the most recruited players in the state. He's got a lot of D1 offers. He hasn't made a commitment quite yet. Again, a senior, keeping his options open. But being able to see his size and speed, you understand why there's a lot of D1 teams that are trying to get his services at the next level. Ibarra brings his man in motion. Trying to look down the seam, finds a guy far side, gets upfield across the 20, near the 25. So after a short loss there on first down, able to pick up the yardage needed there to make it about 3rd and 7. Got to get to the 10-yard line to pick up a first down. Obviously, this is 4-down territory, down 7 to 42. You got a lot of work still ahead if you're a Viking. Ibarra takes the snap. Fake handoff up the middle, finds a guy in the corner of the end zone, and he drops it. Not able to bring that one in. Intended for Ryder Huntsman.
Ryder Huntsman is the intended receiver.
And Huntsman's definitely going to be a little upset with himself as that hit both hands. It was a little bit underthrown by Ibarra, but the ball was there. You got to bring that one in, especially when you're in the front corner of the end zone trying to get inside that pylon. And that's going to do it here for us here. The end of the third quarter, 42-7, no scores in that third quarter. We will take a short break here on the Rewind Sports Network. And welcome back to Pleasant Grove for the start of this fourth period. As the clock is already underway, we have a moving clock with a lead of 35 or larger. And that lead is 35 right now for the Orem Tigers as we start this fourth period, 42-7. Ibarra has brought his guys down inside the 20-yard line after they got their first takeaway of the evening. On the fumble from Curtis. Ibarra rolls out to the right, looking for his guy, Huntsman. Huntsman not able to come up with that. That pass just a little bit too low. Right at the shoes of Huntsman. And it looks like they're going to trot out the field goal unit. Oh, no, sorry, that was 4th down. So turnover on downs to start the fourth period. Ibarra's really struggled just to get the ball to the far side of the field. Now, it's not necessarily an arm strength issue, but just needs a little bit better mechanics, I think. You know, his footwork, rolling around to the outside, it is very difficult for a quarterback to complete a pass there. But now we've got the second-string quarterback in the ball game for the Tigers. Option to the far side. Looks like we've got the JV unit on the field for the Tigers to start this fourth period. A nice run there on first down.
Preston Thompson carries for Orem. 3-yard pickup, second down.
We got Lucky in at quarterback. Suguturaga is going to be your signal caller for the remainder of this one. Stonebreaker to his left. That pass to the near side, no gain. Great job by Dexton Nuttall in coverage for the Vikings. He's had a pretty good night so far. He's had a couple of really good returns on special teams in the kicking game. He's done pretty well in coverage. He had a really close pass breakup. Obviously went for a touchdown on the far side of the field in the first half to Akana. Suguturaga across the middle. Picks up the first down. Not sure who his receiver is yet. That's going to be number 84. Steeler Wesley on the reception. So first down. Nice job by Suguturaga. Able to make that quick decision. Get the ball out to his open receiver in the seam. They've worked the seams a lot, this Orem team. They like to use the wheel routes. They like to use the seam. And then, of course, with the speed they have with Akana on the outside. Again, one of the best recruits that we're seeing in the state of Utah at the wide receiver position. Another run on first down. It's Preston Thompson. Not much doing there as he maybe got a gain of 1.
Carries for Orem, second down.
Lucky in the backfield. Thompson to the left. Snap, handoff up the middle. Good blocking up front again by this offensive line. Able to push the ball forward to about the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Very manageable for this second unit of the Orem Tigers. So Kaawa is going to end his night with 5 touchdown passes. And again, to pretty much every receiver on the roster. Able to distribute the ball around. Suguturaga again to the near side, up to the 40. 41, actually. They're going to give him the first down. Yeah, Falmui on the reception.
And a first down for Orem.
That's his second of the ball game.
40-yard line.
Falmui's a really shifty wide receiver. The junior has a lot of upside. Suguturaga back behind center. Handoff's going to be to the far side of the field. And converging quickly is the Viking defense into the backfield. That's Bo Goodman with a tackle for loss.
Was there first, and then he got some help. Tackle for loss, second down.
Bo Goodman's leading the Vikings in tackles this season with 63 coming into the ball game. He's had quite a few here tonight as the Vikings have been on the field defensively pretty much all night. Orm's held time of possession. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining here. Pass to the far side of the field. Able to break one tackle. Arm tackle up to about the 50-yard line. Runs a guy over. It was Matt Christensen with the reception. Makai Gordon on the reception on the far side.
Takes the ball out.
Again, a great throw from Lucky Suguturaga.
8-yard line.
That's something a lot of people don't talk about when these backups finally get an opportunity in some of these blowout games. They've been sitting there on the sideline, and to be able to come up and have good timing with your receivers, that shows a lot about the preparation Suguturaga's had. And that ball's nearly intercepted. He was looking for number 84, Steeler Wesley, and a great job there by the free safety, number 22, Carter Wilkes. Nearly coming up with the second turnover for this Viking defense. But they are going to have to punt on 4th and about 4. The punting unit's going to come out onto the field. Naliai's going to come in to punt this one away for the Tigers. Again, this kid can play everywhere on the field. He's committed to the University of Utah. Has to get down low for that one. Gets it off barely before the defense gets there, and an Orem Tiger bounce inside the 5-yard line. Down to the 2, a great kick from Naliaga.
The ball is down to inside the 5. First down Vikings.
Down inside the 5, and that's where Ibarra will have to go to work. See if this defensive line pins their ears back and tries to get after the quarterback. If I was the offensive coordinator here, I'd probably try to, get a pretty consistent run play going. Obviously, your quarterback has done a really good job to this point at being able to get the ball moved, but it looks like Ibarra's night is over. And we've got number 12 into the ball game for his first snap. That's going to be Drake Stanley. So Ibarra's night's over, as he came up lame a little bit, and this handoff straight up the middle. Nearly into the end zone. No, the ball's taken. Ione rips the ball out of the hands of the running back and takes it into the end zone for 6. So the Orem Tigers absolutely did pin their ears back. Able to strip that ball away. Ione, fantastic play. Pretty much every defensive lineman was in the backfield there. So 6 points for the defense. 48-7 now is the score. as the ball continues to run inside 4 minutes here at Viking Stadium. Oh, they're going to go for two right up the middle. What a play. So the score is going to be 50-7. A nice fake there, able to kind of use a QB sneak. As number 2 took the direct snap. That's Vaea. You know, I think that's just them not necessarily trying to run up the score, but trying something different, seeing if it's going to work for later on in the season when you may have to surprise somebody. So 50-7 the score here at Viking Stadium. We thank you for joining us on the KSL Rewind Network. The Vikings are going to get the ball back here very quickly. Again, a great play there by the defensive line of the Orem Tigers. Ione able to just strip it away. You know, if you watch a lot of football, you maybe saw, plays similar to that. Obviously, the Rams were about to score last night, but, the defensive line able to come up with a big play and a turnover. And you wouldn't expect anything less from this Orem Tiger defense, as they have been absolutely dominating throughout the entirety of this ball game. The scoreboard is the teller of everything that's happened this evening. 50-7. That was the 5th turnover for the Vikings this evening. So PG has really struggled to just maintain possession. And about the 4th or 5th kicker so far for the Orem Tigers, and this one's taken upfield by Passy. Passy to the near side, brought down at about the 25. And as we're inside 2 minutes with a running clock here in Pleasant Grove, Utah, we're going to see their quarterback come back in, Drake Stanley. We'll see if he can do anything for the second drive that he's out there. Obviously, one play so far under his belt. Wolfgram in there. It looks like they're going to go to victory formation maybe and just try to get out of here. Stanley sends Wolfgram in motion. And he'll drop back. Quick pass to the near side. Looking downfield. A double pass. Able to get the reception downfield. A nice throw from Wolfgram. Nice play. They're going to call a timeout. Try to build on some things here as number 32, Rocky Wilcox with the reception.
Another Viking. That's another Viking.
So first down for the Vikings. 39 seconds remaining here in the ball game. The Orem Tigers 50-7. Now pretty soon here we're going to be handing out our Tab Bank helmet sticker. A lot of guys that are very deserving this evening, defensively and offensively. Might be feeling generous. Stanley's going to be in shotgun, empty. 4 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the near side. He's going to drop back to pass, look deep, near side. And that's incomplete. Out of reach. A force pointer. And another timeout's going to be called as the Vikings are trying to get some plays. And no, it looks like an injured receiver on the near side.
Pass is incomplete.
Maybe got the wind knocked out of him there as he tried to dive to make a catch. So just 17 ticks left on this clock here in Pleasant Grove. The Orem Tigers have absolutely dominated this ball game, 50-7. One of their best offensive performances of the season. Able to capitalize on 4 of the 5 turnovers. Their offense has been pretty steady. 1 turnover on the evening. Curtis fumbled that one as they were driving in Viking territory. So an easy fix for the Tigers, but they're going to remain undefeated in region play, 5-0. the Vikings will drop to 3-2, and that's going to move them out of second place. That ball is thrown just behind, and that's most likely going to do it for us here, folks. Again, we thank you for joining us here on the Rewind Sports Network. They're trying to get to the line and get one more play off, and they do. He's going to throw deep again, nearly intercepted by the Orem Tigers. And that's where we will finish things, 50-7. Here in Pleasant Grove, the Orem Tigers with an absolutely dominating win. And I've been thinking about it. We got that Tab Bank helmet sticker to hand out. I'm probably going to have to give it to Taden Kawa. He did it a lot with his feet tonight. He did it a lot with his arm with 5 touchdown passes. He was able to get it out to his wealth of weapons, whether that was Akana, Naliai, Kai Wesley, Stonebreaker, everybody getting in on the action here on the offense. And it well distributed by Kawa. So our helmet sticker, Tab Bank helmet sticker going out to Kawa. Again, we thank our sponsor of tonight's ball game, Tab Bank. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Thank you for joining us here in Pleasant Grove, Utah for this matchup. Again, the final score, 50-7, the Orem Tigers with a dominating victory. Thank you for joining us here on the Sports Network. Have a good evening.